Hey everybody, welcome to Cotacachi, Ecuador. According to International Living, Cotacachi is one of the most desirable locations in Ecuador for retirees and expats. We thought we would stop by, check out Cotacachi, and assess the affordability and what the quality of life is really like in Cotacachi. Also, we wanted to see, is it really feasible to live here on a typical Social Security check of $1,500? And so far, we've been impressed with Cotacachi. Let's go ahead and take a dive in. Let's look at where we stayed while we visited Cotacachi for several days and assess whether or not the cost of living and the quality of life is right for you. So, where we got to stay here in Cotacachi was quite a treat. It was friends of Paul and Ruth that own our place where we were staying for free, but they rent this out. And so for part of our cost of living here in Cotacachi, we're going to show you where we stayed and explain the cost to you, and you can find out how affordable this lovely little town is. So here we are at Primavera Uno. Again, just like when we were in Cuenca, what you see at the front is not too impressive. It's when you get behind the gates where you see what's impressive. So here's the city street it's on. We go through the door and we enter into a nice little area there. Excuse that whack. So we come in and you'll see there's a parking area, nice garden, and here's Primavera 1. And we come through here, see a nice grass area. Some little storage lockers back in here, and a house behind the area here. But again, this is in Cotacachi, Primavera 1. Now let's go ahead, we'll go on inside the main door. See, it's a nice clean hallway. Up here, on the second floor, first door on the right is where we enter. So the unit that we're entering is a 3-bedroom, 2.5 bath, and this is furnished. It also includes the internet. This 3-bedroom, 2.5 bath, fully furnished, all appliances, includes the internet, is going for $500 a month. Your typical utilities would include your electric and your gas, would total probably no more than $40, $50 if you're a heavy energy user per month. This is the half bath in the house. The 1-bedroom here is turned into a TV room. Again, this is all furnished. This furniture would go with you if you chose to come here and rent this. And this happens to be available currently. And if it's not, you can contact the realtor in the description of this video and look to see what else is available in Cotacachi if you're looking at coming here. Here's the full bath for the 2 guest bedrooms. And here's one of the bedrooms, again fully furnished. Some great armoires here, great furniture in here. Dining room table, setting area over here. The kitchen is full of dishes, pots, pans, knives, everything that you might need to come down here and start a life. We're going to go over here into the master bedroom. See, it's fully furnished as well. Great armoires. Then you have the full master bath, complete with a tub, shower. So for $500 a month, including the internet, fully furnished, dishes, pots, pans, coffee maker, refrigerator, TV, recliners here in the sitting room. It's one heck of a deal. Not sure how long this will be available, but this is an example of how far your dollar will go here in Cotacachi. And it's a charming community and probably worth exploring. And here's the view out the window here in this second floor unit. Okay, so now that you've seen this beautiful apartment and what you can get here in Cotacachi, let's go ahead and walk around the town. Here we are in Cotacachi, Ecuador, one of the most popular places for expats, especially from the United States, to come and call home for its affordable cost of living. Cuenca, of course, is the most popular place for expats, but here in the area around Quito, Cotacachi is really taken off. So here in the Cotacachi area, there's what they call Leather Street. They're known for their leather goods, so jackets, boots, purses. The wealthy of Quito will come out here to shop and buy items made from leather. So it's one of their claim to fame. Now, as a person that loves animals and a vegetarian, I don't normally have much leather, but for those of you that's a thing, it's a place for you to come and get a, I guess, high quality good at a low cost. Not encouraging the use of leather, however, that's just not my normal wardrobe attire. Cotacachi has a pretty safe feel to the streets. You can walk around and not feel as though there's any threatening element. There's a large indigenous population within Cotacachi. They probably make up a good 20+% of the population, if not higher. The expat community probably averages out somewhere around 10% of the local population of Cotacachi. So there is a thriving expat community. Cotacachi is probably about 1/20th the size of Cuenca, Ecuador, and probably about 3 times the size of Vilcabamba, Ecuador, 2 other very popular locations for American expats in Ecuador. Trying to compare costs between Cotacachi and the other regions of Ecuador that we visited, I would say that Cotacachi might be slightly lower in many respects for food items and items at the Mercado and restaurants than other areas of Ecuador, but just very slightly. If you're choosing to live within Cotacachi city limits, there really is not a need for a car. Everything is easily walkable. There are decent sidewalks throughout the community. There are also plenty of parks with benches if you just want to sit back and people watch. Architecture in some of the older buildings is quite impressive. I think it really reflects a lot of the Spanish and colonial heritage of the location. And what you will find in Cotacachi, as well as many other Ecuadorian towns and cities, is that they really put a value in their public spaces, in their parks, and central gathering locations. So you can really come out here and just appreciate the outside, look at the blue skies. Speaking of which, then, the blue skies, the weather and the temperature here is going to be warmer than what you have in Cuenca, Ecuador. However, the altitude is only slightly different than Cuenca, Ecuador, so both are considered high altitude areas, and they may take a little bit of time to get used to for breathing purposes. There is a very vibrant expat community that appears to have a very strong social community. However, if you're looking for nightlife, this may not be your location. From my impression, it looks as though most of the town does shut up fairly early as far as for getting out and having a nightlife type of scenario. Now, normally in Ecuador, I'm going to tell you, real estate's probably not the best investment. Renting is the way to go. But if you wanted to buy a business, I understand somebody bought this hotel not long ago for $450,000, which to me, that sounds like a great investment. So while staying in Cuenca, Ecuador, Julie and I have realized that a couple can easily get by on roughly $75 a week in cost to go out to reasonable restaurants and to go to the Mercado and buy your produce and groceries as well as your meats. Although we are vegetarian, we do make our own homemade dog food and we have to feed our dogs, and so we are buying poultry on occasion as well as some seafood. So let's go ahead, we'll take a look at their Mercado and see if the prices or what we experience is going to be much different from what we saw in Cuenca. Now let me point out again that Cuenca, Ecuador is much larger than Cotacachi. Cotacachi has one Mercado, whereas in Cuenca, Ecuador, there's probably over a dozen. We've been to about a half dozen different Mercados in Cuenca, and this particular Mercado within Cotacachi is probably about 1/4 the size or 1/3 the size of the majority of the Mercados that we see in Cuenca, Ecuador. That being said, this Mercado does seem to have everything that we would be looking for, and the cleanliness is outstanding. So as we walk through, we can see that the floors are clean, the merchants seem to be taking care of their stalls and their areas, and so we were pretty impressed with that. The value and the cost of the produce and the items that we would typically purchase seem to be right on par with what we would have typically seen had we been looking at these larger Mercados in the Cuenca, Ecuador area. So as far as the cost of buying produce at the Mercado, I would tell you that we're looking at prices that are going to be on budget with what Julie and I have typically seen and have encountered.
We are in the Cotacachi Market. It's the Mercado. It is spotless. The prices are actually displayed. This town is amazing. It's by far the cleanest one I've seen in Ecuador so far. And the people are so kind. I can tell you that if I were much older and ready to settle down, I would really be considering being here. So, international living, when you did your review, I think you did a pretty darn good job.
We're at the bus stop. All the buses are clearly marked where they're going. And if you're coming to this area, you're going to be looking for a bus regardless of where it's coming from. If you want to end up in Cotacachi, the buses are going to say 6 de Julio. And that will be how you will find your way back into Cotacachi. And this is the Cotacachi bus terminal. And there's lots of people here ready to give you advice and give you guidance. Now, I did mention the walkability of living within Cotacachi. If you're choosing to and you want to own a car, there are opportunities to rent outside of the Cotacachi city area. We're going to visit where Paul and Ruth used to live. So this is the inside of one of the gated communities outside of Cotacachi. It's called Jalapacha. And very nice upscale community. It's got a security fence all the way around it. Our friends that were with us at one time lived up there in the top unit. And what was your rent here per month? $500 a month outside of Cotacachi here in one of these units. Two bedroom, two bath. 2,000 square feet. 2,000 square feet. We don't have access into the unit, so for now we're just going to kind of look at the outside. Okay, go ahead.
We're at the Autovolo Market today. It's not a very long bus ride from Cotacachi. 35 cents per person to do the bus ride, and they let my dog on, so of course that's wonderful. This market is well known. Right now it looks like our friends are telling us it's about 25% of capacity. So you won't see nearly as much as you normally would, but we're so excited. We started off with new sunglasses, desperately needed a pair, I suppose. And so anyway, follow us along.
You can really get a good bargain if your negotiating skills are sharp. Typically, the price that is often produced at the initial point of conversation is the starting price. So feel free to see what kind of bargain you can get, but keep in mind these folks can use that extra money. So be as fair with them as you would like them to be with you. How much are they asking for the dress?
I think she's down to 18. She wanted 25.
Okay.
Make her a deal if you want both.
How much are the t-shirts?
$12. Es todo tejido a mano.
What's your very best price?
22.
Mm,
21, yeah?
no.
¿Cuánto, amiguita? What is
No.
your price? Todo perro, para el perro.
Okay.
Vestido, camisa.
Gracias.
Gracias,
Gracias.
señorita.
Okay,
Have a
gracias.
nice day.
You too.
Bye. Acá dresses.
Those are very pretty. Okay, so $15 for Julie's dress
No, it's a shirt.
or shirt. $15 for Julie's shirt. She started off at what price, honey?
28 is what she started. We did 15.
Okay, so far I bought 3 t-shirts. The price started at $8. I got them for $6 a piece. Julie got a nice shirt that you just saw. Was started at 28 and we got it at 15. Okay. So we're getting some throw blankets to watch TV with. And we started off on those particular blankets. We're going to be 15 each, and we're getting 2 for 20.
One's got a llama.
Yes, that's what I wanted.
So I can see the size of it.
Llama.
Okay.
I like it.
Yeah,
Couch will be perfect.
that'd be good.
Won't match the couch that great, but
So we're on the bus, getting ready to head back to Cotacachi. We had a successful shopping trip.
sure did.
Spent a little money and got quite a bit. And as you've seen through our purchases through the day, so if you're going to Cotacachi, this is just a 35-cent bus ride, and you're here. Okay, got these 3 t-shirts at the Autovolo Market for $18. 3 t-shirts, $6 a piece. So the blankets we saw displayed, we got 2 of them, $20 for 2. Of course, Katie cannot be forgotten, so she got a blanket for $5. So this is a location we've been going to breakfast for the last 4 days. Place that our friends have recommended and like a lot. It costs us $4 for a meal for breakfast, which includes a juice. And the cappuccinos aren't on the table yet, but you can see all of us have a full meal, a large juice, and we're waiting on the cappuccinos for $4 a meal. And it also comes with toast, jam, and butter, which isn't on the table yet. They do sell breads, empanadas, casseroles here. And the bread's arrived at the table, and we usually go through 2 baskets of this bread each meal. It's a wonderful bread, homemade. And we have the cappuccino. So that's the complete meal, the juices, the breads, the jams. It's wonderful for $4. So in our assessment of Cotacachi, you can live here for a typical Social Security check of $1,500 a month. That's with $550 a month going towards your rent and utilities combined, as well as an additional $75 a week for going out and $75 for groceries for a couple, $450 a week or $600 a month. So if Cotacachi seems to be your place, you can easily live here for $1,500, including medical and other costs. You should be able to still come in under $1,500. Now, we're going to do some more exploring of Cotacachi. So if you want to see where we're hiking in our next video, we're going to hike in different areas around Cotacachi. We'll see a nice waterfall as well as go hike the rim of a local volcano. this place does have a lot to offer, and it should be on your consideration list if you are looking at retiring to Ecuador or moving here as an expat. So for now, everybody, thank you for joining us. We'll look forward to having you join us for our next video. Please subscribe, give this video a like, and if you have any questions, leave them below in the comments. Thanks everybody, and have a great day.